All right, guys, this is OBX Picker, Eric here. I was just going to get into a what sold video today. Did want to take a few minutes and just kind of, talk about, I'm hearing people that are having slower sales during this time, and I do just have my own point of view with that kind of stuff. I do know that certain items, depending on what you sell, will slow down, but as you'll see in today's video, there is tons of random stuff that people are buying in spite of the virus and things that are going on. So I encourage you, just keep listing, try to keep your head up. We can only control what we can control, and the only thing we can control is most every person I see on YouTube. I don't know in the general public. I do know a couple of guys who resell, who deal with the same thing. We all have the dreaded death pile. So I encourage you to keep listing that thing. Maybe during this slow time is a good time to clean things out and maybe reevaluate your store. Go back. I just went in this past couple days and I have been looking at my listings. Occasionally eBay will spit out something and say, this listing is missing a UPC, or this listing is missing this description, and I don't know that to be certain, but I think if it's missing something, then they're probably going to suppress the views on that thing. I've sold things without UPCs. If you have stuff that you're listed new in the box, it's going to ask for a UPC. So I've went back in and adjusted my listings. I had some that weren't listed as top rated seller. So I went in and did some changes on those. But I don't know. I had 7 sales yesterday. Between yesterday and today, it's 11 o'clock in the morning now. And I shipped out yesterday about 3 o'clock. So everything that had sold up to the time I made my video yesterday, which was around 2, was shipped out. So the total sales for yesterday was actually like $241. But what I have to ship out today is actually like $180. So things for me, that's, if I hit over the $150 mark, that's a decent day for me at this point. My goal is to do over 200 a day, but at this point I'm not averaging quite there. So just some words of encouragement for those guys that are reselling. I know it's easy to get caught up and start worrying about things we can't control, but we can control how much we list, and that's pretty much on us. As long as you have death pile, you got things to list. And look around your house. I saw Kat on Nurse Flipper talking about that the other day. There's other ways to source. Look around your house, see if there's some things you want to get rid of, or while people are doing spring cleans, because what else are they doing if they're home not working? They might be spring cleaning, cleaning some things out that need to go. So maybe you could talk to friends and neighbors, see if they have any stuff they want to get rid of. Okay, well, we'll get into what's sold. First item going out is this. Most of you looking at this probably won't know what this is. I didn't know what it was, honestly, when I picked it up, and I've used something similar to this before. This is a tape head demagnetizer. When you plug this thing in, this actually has like an electromagnet here. You run that over the tape, the old cassette tapes, and it would actually erase them. So I guess you want to be careful around your tape collection using these things. I have another one that's a heavier duty model that I picked up. I got this from a estate sale. The guy I picked these things up from, or his house, used to be into audio video stuff, so I actually got all kinds of little gadgets to do with tapes and film. So that went out for $19.53, free shipping. It will go out first class. Probably going to cost me about $4.50 going out. And that whole lot that I bought, I spent $90 on 10 lots, and I've more than made my $90 back. So I'm well into profit on that. I don't really know what I have exactly into that item specifically. The next item I picked up, actually from a yard sale last week, this thing right here, Sunbeam toaster. It's from the 50s. It's the T20 model. this thing is really cool. I actually tried it out because you got to test it, right? So made a little toast back here and included some of the pictures. It is an automatic pop-up toaster. It's pretty wild when you go back and look at the way this thing's made. You'll drop the toast in it, and it feeds down automatically, and then it'll pop up when it's done. And it has a setting on the side, but there's no buttons to push down like we're used to with a modern toaster. That thing sold for $66.60 free ship, and I'd actually, on my store, I'd send an offer to all my watchers, another way to boost sales. So I'd send a 10% offer out. It would have been more. It would have been around $74 free shipping. I actually picked up 2 of those toasters. It's kind of cool. I was at a yard sale, and I had some discussion. We'd picked up a few items, and there was 3 ladies there that do a lot of estate sales and auctions, and they're kind of pickers in their own right. And they had things priced where you could make money on them. So once they found out I was a reseller, they started actually taking me around the garage sale and say, "Hey, scan this, see what this is." They had everything already pre-priced. So on these toasters, they had $5 a piece. There was actually 2 of them there. I got both of them. I have the other one listed right now. And hopefully it'll sell over the next couple of days. I've got some watchers on it, so we'll see what happens. The next item up is this Legend of Zelda. This is one of the better Wii games to pick up. This thing sold for $12 plus shipping, and it was a pre-owned game, but it was in great shape. So Nintendo Selects is what it has on the cover. So I'm sure that's going out to a collector more than likely. This next item is something, man, I've been waiting for the day to get rid of this stuff, to be honest. This is an early pickup that I had found. It's a bunch of Wii attachments. A gun, which, man, it's got the orange tab, but it's white too, but it holds the Wii remote in there and the nunchuck. So I've never seen that before. I've seen some people sell those things individually. Mine will be going out separately. It also has this green shotgun for the Wii remote, and a whole box of other Wii attachments. If you sense a running theme, there's handgun as well, and then all these sports attachments for Wii controllers, steering wheels, the whole bit. That bundle went out for $31.50 plus shipping, so buyers all in at $46.81, and I've had that stuff since October. So kind of a little bit longer tail item. I'm glad to be rid of it, to be honest, because it takes up room on my shelf with those long guns and awkward box, and I'm afraid that something will get broke or whatever. So it's good to see that item go. The next item I have is this vintage the TV knife at that estate sale where I got the demagnetizer. I picked up a whole drawer of knives, and these were some that were in there. This knife is crazy. It actually says on the back, let's see if I can get it close enough where you guys can read it, cuts through frozen food and bone. It's one of those made for TV. And then obviously after doing all that, you can still slice tomatoes after cutting a can and a ham and a bread and a frozen and the bone. Then you can go on and slice your tomatoes afterwards. So it's one of those serrated edge knives that was on TV. Apparently this one was on TV a long time ago. It was put out by, it actually has, if you want to contact this information, you need to write to them at Peachtree Media in Atlanta, Georgia. No email address or anything, so it's definitely older. That knife went out for $13.40, free shipping, and I actually have another one just like that there that I picked up in that same lot at the sale at the auction. This PSP movie, it's the UMD movies. Those are the ones that fit in the PSP. And this is Anaconda. This went out for $4.41 plus shipping. I picked up a lot of 6 of those, and I've actually already sold 4 that were either games or movies for that. So those went out. Nice little flip. I've more than gotten profit on those for sure. And then this is a Xbox controller. It's the Mad Catz GameStop controller. This thing was in a whole lot of video game stuff I got, and I've pretty much listed about all of that now. Tons of cords. I probably had 2 or 3 boxes of cords and controllers. This was one that was in there, and this thing went out for $11.20, free ship. And that thing, you know, like I said, when you buy lots, the way I do it, especially bigger lots, is I look for items that I know I can make all my money back on. Within that, maybe it'd be 1 or 2 items. This particular video game lot, I bought probably close to 50 consoles, and I had 15 Wii there, you know, even without the controllers and all that stuff. And I knew I would be in a profit just on the Wii systems. There was about 10 or 12 Xboxes, a couple other different kinds of game units, Segas. There was 3 Segas. There was some Atari stuff. There was, you know, pretty much a wide berth of games and systems, and that was in one of those boxes of controllers. So I'm well into profit on that as well. I did list most everything that was there, just because when you pick up bigger lots, it's best to list it all, or at least group it and list it, and see if you can make the most you can off of those lots. So that's what I've done with that. I'm still got a few systems to sell. There were some that were in need of repair. So if they're minor repairs, it's something I can probably get done. If it's not, I'll just list them as parts. And there's a local video game store here as well that sometimes the guy's interested in things like that. So that's pretty much what I had sold through 11 o'clock. And that was from yesterday afternoon to 11 o'clock today. So I do encourage you. I know I've been doing a little shopping online. I know if you're tight, if money's tight, I'm always looking for parts and stuff that I need to repair. And during this downtime, hopefully it'll give me a chance to get caught up on all that and continue to just push through my death pile. I actually have a death room. You guys talk about a pile. I have a piled up room full of stuff that I've got to get in there and get digging through. So I do encourage you guys, if you are a reseller, to be safe out there, and do thank you guys for watching. If you are just here hanging out, appreciate that as well, and continue to like and subscribe. It helps me know that content's headed in the right direction, and we'll see you guys next time.